right, welcome everyone. This is a vintage cube draft for my YouTube channel. I'm Andreas, and yeah, I hope you're having a great day. Let's have a look at this first pack. So, what jumps to mind here is Remand, Smuggler's Cup, or Strip Mine. Not an easy pick. I think I'm gonna go for one of the colorless cards, for the simple fact that they're gonna go in any deck. Yeah, let's go for the Strip Mine. Let's see if we can get some kind of strip mine recursion up and running. I don't really enjoy it. Like Pyrokinesis, such a niche card. Like bad, very bad Fury, but yeah, who knows? Oof, great pack here. Animate Dead, Flash. Those two cards are very, very strong. I'm gonna pick Flash here. I I wouldn't fault anyone for taking Animate Dead, but I'm gonna take the Flash. Flash is just a broken card, works with maybe 6, 7, 8 good cards in the cube. Kappa Cannoneer, that's a cool one. Okay, so now I think it's time to bolster the strip mine plan. Crucible of Worlds, try and wheel crop rotation maybe? Yeah, why not? Let's go for that. The good old strip mine flash deck. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just good enough to stuff a bunch of, good plans in your deck. Let's see if that's enough here. There's an Excavator. So a card like Solitude is in a vacuum a lot better than Excavator, but I think I'm supposed to take Excavator for this deck. Or, well, I guess you can't really call it a deck yet. Ideally, I end up with some blue-green, somewhat easy to get Strip Mine Lock up and running, flash into some brokenness, maybe even Natural Order. Yeah, let's take Natural Order here. Golas is kind of cool, very expensive way to tutor the Strip Mine, though. I'll try with some brokenness. Maybe if we're lucky, we can have a flash and natural order target, like Woodfall Primus, Worldspine Worm, or Atraxa. That's kind of cool crossover. But the flash is it's not really mandatory to play the flash, but it would be cool, right? I always get confused with how they chose the artwork. So they go for the Portal version of Natural Order, the Mirage version of Flash, and then some Vintage Masters Strip Mine. Maybe it's because Strip Mine's original set isn't on Magic Online, it's some kind of promo. Maybe that's the system. Yeah, not the best pack, but I guess we take Llanowar Elves. Llanowar Elves is a cheap green creature for natural order, ramps into stuff. Let's do that. Just having a ramp plan is just good with Strip Mine in general, right? Here I take Torsten. Torsten is good with Flash. It's decent with the natural order. Yeah, that's perfect. So the plan is looking to come to fruition. Now we need to bolster the acceleration, the tutor for strip mine, la la la. Maybe get some good blue-green fixing. Could be possible. Thank you so much for joining me here today on my YouTube adventure. It's a pleasure to play in front of an audience. I have to read this card, the Weather Seed Treaty. Read ahead. I will. Search for a basic. Shuffle. Create a 1/1. Shuffle. I hate that card. Let's go for the Deep Root Wayfinder. This card is just, decent card. In a pinch, if you get to recur, just strip mine once. It's insane, so let's do that. I guess it's also good with fetches and horizon lands. Then it becomes a creature that kind of must be blocked. Situational green confidant, I would say. But it does sack to natural order all the same, so I think it's fine. Flash Torsten. Hopefully Torsten can also be hardcastable in our deck. Would be cool with something like Mystical Tutor, or I guess Wheeling the Crop Rotation. I guess it's now, right? Or was it the next one? I can't remember if it was my opening pack or second one. Taking Crop Rotation before you have Strip Mine is a questionable play. So what am I looking for? Dryad, probably? Let's say I have some strip going, then I can do it twice. Did not wheel the crop rotation, I think. Double splash. Yeah. I guess I get ready for some potential splash. Oh, the crop was there. Perfect. I'm kind of sad to miss out on Halfling, but getting like my second strip mine is cool. Okay, I mean, I very rarely draft this deck, but when you open on strip mine, this is definitely a viable path you can go on. So pretty good sign, right? Oh, my 11 first cards. I am counting the Triumph though, but they all make my deck, which is like a very good sign for things to come. Even Tracker. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm basically getting all the pieces. Now it's kind of up to me to, because I'm going to end up with like 30 playables here. So now it's up to me to, pick the right ones for my deck. Razor. I don't like ramping that much. Not really. Gary Farm. Yeah, I mean, could be good. I'm not sure I play Golgari Farm if I, don't get flashes. Now I have some white and some black splash lands, which is cool, right? If I open Mind Twist, Demonic Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, that stuff, then I don't have to work for it mana-wise. Huh. Okay. Not the most insane pack. Oh, by the way, this card is awesome. I used to play this card in Commander, where it's obviously insane. 1v1 Commander. When you cast your first spell, it deals damage equals that spell's mana value to, yeah. That card is awesome. I love cards like that. But I'm gonna go with Misty Rainforest here. I think it's slightly better than Nissa. The fact that it's a blue-green land is gonna be great for the flash. So if nothing, I can just go get Basic Island and call it a day. Yeah, I mean, overall, I really like where I'm at. Okay, Gaia's Cradle might not be the best Cradle deck. I'm looking at Preordain, actually. I think a card like Preordain is... I mean, I play combos like Flash, Torsten, Crucible, Strip Mine. I think Preordain is just a great card for that kind of deck. Any deck, really. There's a Loam, the third way to recur Strip Mine. I'm not sure I need that. But what else is here? Can I cast the Grist? I think I can, right? Grist is a good one. I want to take that card. Ooh, Titania. Titania is one of the better ways to recur Strip Mine, creating an army in a can in a pinch. I love the Brea's Apprentice edition. Yeah, Knight of the Reliquary searching for Strip Mine is also pretty good. I do have the Savannah. Huh. It's kind of interesting because I think there's a world I can wield both. Maybe the Knight is more likely to wheel. I'll try that. I'll try and get a little greedy here to get the best deck possible. Wow, great pack. Birds and Vamp. Birds and Vamp, and I think I have to take Vamp. Well, I don't have to, but I think it's awesome to take Vamp. Vampiric Tutor, Strip Mine, Vampiric Tutor, Flash. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, there's Imperial Seal. Very replaceable with Vamp. I don't think I want the second copy. Do I want Kogla? We want the Kogla. Kogla's probably okay. Okay. There's a nice Birds of Paradise substitution. There's a Noble Hierarch. I'm gonna take that. It helps with blue mana. Also, Reign of Filth is a cool addition. Okay. Woodfall Primus is a direct upgrade to Kogla. It's also good with Flash. I'm gonna take that card. I mean, Doomsday and Scapeshift, two of my favorite cards of all time. Those are awesome. I guess something like Valakut is in the cube? Or is it only for Feel of the Dead? I really don't know. Nissa came around. Nissa is a very strong Planeswalker. Question is if my deck will have the ramp to power it out consistently, or I'm just supposed to take Wall of Roots and play a bit smaller. I talked myself into taking Wall of Roots. But now I can bolster my black with Overgrown Tomb or take Cradle. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cradle could be insane, right? Do I have enough black? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sources is not that many. I might regret it. I'm gonna take the Overgrown Tomb. Garrick is decent. Does a good, like, Gaia's Cradle impression in the mid-game, right? Get to jump a few steps up the mana ladder. Okay, I mean, obviously I really like my spot. I can, if I took a few less lands, I could almost submit my deck after 2 packs. Like, this is awesome. I hope to round out this deck in style. I have Order Big Dude. I have Strip Mine Lock. I have Flash Big Dude. And then I just have some solid cards like Tracker, Grist. Yeah. I mean, if I wield that Knighted Reliquary, that would be sick. I think if I end up with the quote-unquote perfect deck, I'll cut cards like Deeproot, Wayfinder, maybe the Grist. Then I'll cut all like non-land synergistic cards. But that's just like a minor note for myself at this point of the draft. The Knight did come around. Oof. Yeah, so my logic there was if I take the monocolored card out of the pack, I mean, who's going to want a green-white land searcher if the strip mine is in my deck? I mean, there's probably some niche scenarios where where one of my opponents have like Feel of the Dead, Wasteland, Ursa Saga. Oh my goodness, the birds came around. Uro is even strong. Oh, okay, so I'm really getting everything here. It's going to be a tough build, I think. Let's cut those cards and just, for the thought experiment, see where we're at. The good thing is I have 7 lands in my pool. So, might not play. Do I play this? Probably. Maybe. Still no power. That's actually not a great pack here. Breeding Pool and Courser. There's Valakut, by the way, confirming the Scapeshift synergy. You can always take Probe, but I think this is a good time to take Breeding Pool. Yeah. So now I have Breeding Pool and Misty. I mean, that's not a lot of blue sources, so... Am I playing white? Yeah, I'm playing white for Knight. Okay. Yeah, I have to play all of these lands. But that's okay. It's good to be able to cast your spells. So I basically have 26 minus 8 playables. That's 18. So I need like a handful or a bit more, maybe like 6. 6 playables. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get there. That's pretty obvious. Mana Vault, that's a good card. This card is just absurd. I played against it the other day. Look, I've read the card before. I wanted to play it in Legacy out of the Cradle Control deck. But this is just, I thought it said, uh, at the beginning of your upkeep, put 2 counters on a creature. And then something like, if you're the Monarch, double them instead. But this does both. Like, that card is absurd. Let's see if it's better than Mana Vault. Mana Vault. That's like casting a bunch of stuff, like double spell ahead of schedule, hardcast Primus, Titania Strip Mine ahead of schedule. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take Mana Vault, but that card is insane. Like, oof, that card is so strong. Okay, going to this pack, it's basically Elvish Mystic versus Skullclamp. Maybe I just take the Elvish Mystic. It's my 4th mana elf, which is, I think, a good number. There is a chance I see like 2 more and I look kind of silly, but I think it's okay. I like Nissa. And then after that, I like reading the rest of the pack. Itali is good with Flash, but I'm not sure having 3 creatures with Flash is that great. I'm just gonna go with Nissa. It's just a great card. You have 5 mana, great. You have 7 mana, great. Like, that card is absurd. Is this a good Coalition Relic deck? Or am I just gonna go for the Avacyn's Pilgrim? Yeah, let's just take Avacyn's Pilgrim. It even casts the Knight and the Torsten. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, so now basically I want some mid-range cards. I'm kind of done with Acceleration. Okay, I mean, Renegade Rallier is not terrible. I can go like, oh, Crop Rotation here, Strip. Yeah, that card is good. I only have 1 fetch, though, which is kind of the bread and butter use of the card. But then I have Crop, then I have Knight. I have a few cards where it makes sense. Maybe I can, like, Suicide Attack or something at some point. Fast Bond. This is probably where I'm getting yelled at here. Now I'm supposed to take the Fast Bond. Fast Bond. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Fast Bond. I really don't like that card. But I see other people picking it highly. I mean, it's obviously a good card. Or a decent card at least, right? So what does it do with this deck? It randomly ramps me. Can be good with Golgari Rot Farm. And then the strip block for sure. Okay, let's take Green Sun Zenith. I'll have to make a screenshot of this deck for going to my games because I have different creatures up the curve. But yeah, Green Sun's a great pickup. I think with how this proceeded, I'm kind of sad I took Wall of Roots over Chaos Cradle. And maybe I was supposed to see that in my crystal ball, that I would be saying that at this point, but it is what it is at this point. The court wheel, the court is just so good. I want to cast that card turn 2 all day of the week, every day of the week. Such a sick card. So question is if it's a sideboard card against non-aggro or I sideboard it out against non-aggro. I'll have to look at that during deck building. Yeah, first brick in a while, we can't really complain about that. I'm playing a league, so I'm not going to be playing against my opponents with those cards, so that is kind of out of the consideration. In a 8-man pod where you're playing against your opponent or playing in a team draft environment, it's awesome to like hate draft and think about what you passed, etc. In a league, it's just mostly about getting the best deck, and that's usually beating your next door neighbors the best deck as well, right? In other colors. Keep them busy so you can take all the green cards and win. I have to read this card. 4 mana 4/4. Choose a creature type. Okay. It's I mean, that's probably a cool build around in some shape or form. Not sure about the Augur. The Augur is like the worst one of these, I think, like behind like Oracle and Corsair and stuff like that. Okay, so pretty cool deck. Pretty cool deck, gotta say. So let's see here. Fast Bond could be on the chopping block. I'm not gonna lie here. Let's put those maybe cards over there. Board. That card. What if I cut those three, add 7 lands, and call it a day? I can see that. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. So no planes, I hope. I have those two guys with 1 source, 2 sources, 3 sources, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think that's plenty. No planes for me. Um, how many blue sources do I have built in already? 1, 2. Not a lot. What if I go? Okay, let's count these 3, 4. Prop, I guess. What if I go to 6? Then I count the starting resources 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. I mean, that's a ton. Maybe I go like 10. What about black? Well, black should be free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, yeah. Black is free for the tutor. I think I like this. Can I recount the blue here? 1, 2, 3. 4 with breeding pool. 5 with bird. 6 with noble. 6 is not that many. Okay, I'll try this. Pretty cool deck. I'm excited to see, like, Natural Order is a good way to win. Flash is a good way to win. Recurring Strip Mine is a good way to win. Jamming mid-range stuff is a good way to win. I have high expectations for this deck. Yeah, thanks so much for sticking around for the draft portion. When we get back, it's time for some games. Okay, here we go for round 1 of the Vintage Cube. I'm playing my 4-color lands deck. I don't know what to call this deck, but it's pretty sweet, right? Nice opening hand. We're on the play here. I have turn 1 birds, and then I can kind of see where I'm going from there. Most likely, I'm going to develop the Knight of the Reliquary and set up the fastest route to strip mine possible. Does that card change the equation? I don't think so. Well, let's see here. If I go Knight now, the next turn I float mana, I go for strip mine, I strip mine my opponent, have 1 mana in the pool alongside 2 lands, then now I have turn 3 double strip mine. Am I gonna go for this Savannah? Could be breeding pool. No, I'll go for this. So, Knight of the Reliquary. Let's see if my opponent can do anything about that. So I go float mana, find strip mine, get rid of the colonnade. Opponent floats white. I like that. Unless this is a reprieve, of course. Reprieve or bust? It was, in fact, reprieve. So now I need to find a land before I can try that move again. Right? No, I don't. I can actually just do it here. I feel like I should strip mine my opponent. So if I go float mana, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Knight. Knight into forest, maybe? I think that's fine. Renegade Rallier, Strip Mine. Strip Mine the Plains. Opponent played well here, holding up Flooded Strand. Let's... What I could do is just go Wallaroots Mystic, set up for Planeswalker next turn. Yeah, I like that. Wallaroots, Mystic, and then try and present lethal over a couple of turns. It's always tricky when you're supposed to attack with Knight of the Reliquary, but I think this is cool. Sai is a good one. Yeah, Sai is a good one. So let's see. 1 mana, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it could go like attack for 6, make a Nissa. I think that's a good play. Yeah, this draw has been monstrous, right? Getting my opponent down to 4. Shock. Take some damage. Play Nissa. Now I'm really forcing my opponent to come up with some good stuff. Yeah, the opponent didn't really want anything to do with that. Okay, so playing against Jeskai colors. I'm trying to see if there's a card I don't care too much for in the matchup where bringing in Court would make sense. There's a card like Dryad. Like Dryad is good if I have Strip Mine and Crucible or Excavator. I need another 2-card combo for that card to be good. So maybe it's just sweet to have an individual like strong card. Same can be said about this Grist if I have something else. I can put in Grist. What about cutting Wall of Roots? Wall of Roots is like I'm not gonna say bad, but it's like worse than the 1 mana ramps, unless I'm also blocking, and I don't think I'm gonna be doing too much blocking. Yeah, let's try that. So basically, add some mid-range cards for some higher variance cards, just based on the fact that I saw some Jeskai lands out of my opponent. I mean, it's who knows if it's correct, right? Okay. So this hand is obviously cool. Let's get rid of one of the elves. What I can do with this hand is just get a quick knight into play and take it from there. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. So turn 1 birds, turn 2 knight. If something happens with the bird, I can kind of slow down and go Zenith, probably. Okay, that's a cool strategy. We've seen a couple of army and a can cards out of the opponent. I'll try and play my knight and see what happens. I mean, most likely this is going to get killed by removal, but the good thing is my bird didn't get killed by removal. Maybe my opponent doesn't have a removal. Okay, maybe my opponent has a removal. Third Path Iconoclast. That's an awesome card. Draw Grist. I think I just play the Grist. Getting Grist into play and just using it as at least a punching bag, right? That's decent. So let's try and if I lose this game, I at least have to like learn about my opponent's deck, right? But I guess I'm on the play for game 3, so the court is just gonna be so good. Yeah, so see the 1/1 insect here is doing God's work already. So I want to get to a point where I can play that Nissa out. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna ram a ton here and get ready for the Nissa. Let's see if that strategy works. I mean, if my opponent counters that Nissa, I'm in trouble. The fairy is a good one because I'm not really pressuring my opponent's planeswalker. Opponent untaps 2 lands. Now I can just stone dead, right? Think I'm supposed to play the biggest one. I think I'm enough behind that I can't really mess around with the Garrick. I'm making an 8/8. I'm gonna stay back and try and defend my Nissa. Trying to grind out my opponent's planeswalker. Not gonna be easy though. Also, every time my opponent, I always say with cards like this, it rewards you for playing Magic, like Monastery Mentor, stuff like that. And that's just super cool, right? So unless you have a deck full of creatures, it's just gonna be an awesome card. Synthesizer into basic island, not the most exciting. Let's see what the opponent has here. Oh, another planeswalker. Yeah, I don't think I can win this game. I can. No, this is going to be too much, I think. Opponent gets rid of the walker. I am left with the 8/8 though. Maybe a card like Natural Order can do it. Crop rotation, strip mine. That's not going to do a whole lot. So basically, what? But I guess I should go for it. Maybe not. Let's see. I go Garrick, untap 2 lands. And then if my opponent... Okay, this is actually a cool play. There is a chance that my opponent wants to go animate Colonnade, kill your planeswalker, and attack with only Colonnade. I'm dreaming right now. So basically, I'm hoping I win this game by my opponent animating Colonnade, trying to kill Garrick. I crop rotation for strip mine, and then I overrun my opponent. Yeah, that's just... I'm dreaming there. I'm dreaming to dodge all counters. I'm dreaming to dodge a bigger attack with the tokens. Alice Jailer, that is a good one. I think that makes my Garrett kill impossible, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, yeah, the opponent makes the right play. What can I draw here? Natural Order? Natural Order might be good. But I think I'm just in trouble here. Because I'm losing my guys here. Now I'm down to 5 mana. Okay, my opponent has a cool Jeskai token deck. Huh. Drawing a card from this and that. Okay. What do I want for game 3? I like a lot of these cards. I still like the strip mine plan. Do I like the court? I think I like the court over something like Walla Roots. And what was the other adjustment I made? Maybe I didn't do any more. Oh, I also put in the grist. I just can't remember. Oh, yeah, I cut the dryad. I think that's totally reasonable. Let's go turn 1 mana creature, turn 2 court. And go to work. Yeah, that was... Whew. The opponent did a lot of good stuff there. Very hard to keep up. Council Judgment here, Teferi there. While just building creatures. So what does this hand do? It does turn 3, Naked Tracker. Turn 4. Yeah, this is super slow. It's sad I'm gonna mulligan that. Okay. So here I can eventually set up some flashy things. It's gonna be super slow though. Let's see. I go turn 1 island, turn 2 rot farm, turn 3 develop mana creature, cast vampiric tutor. And then what do I want in that scenario? Another mana creature or a haymaker? I'm gonna try keeping a haymaker, but it's yeah, I'm not sure about that. My opponent's also in a mulligan. It's kind of cool they added the bounce lands. But I'm sure they cut another, like, dual land cycle, so... that I just haven't noticed yet. Yeah, it's sad I can't, like, float the mana and do some flash stuff here. But at least Bulgari Rot Farm makes it so that my, 2-land hand has 3 mana in it. I guess that's... So here I think drawing the Preordain is obviously pretty good. So I think here I'll try and add... I'll try and conceal the fact that I'm gonna do something broken and look like someone who tutored and preordained into a noble hierarch. So the question is Woodfall Primus or Torsten the better card? Woodfall Primus kills 2 mana sources. That is a lot. I'm gonna go for the Primus. Not sure about that. Preordain into the Primus. Don't want another mana creature. Play out the Noble. So now I have to think about the fact that I saw Reprieve as interaction out of my opponent's deck. I mean, the dream scenario is my opponent thinks that Noble is so important for my plan that they go, like, Council's Judgment. This is okay as well. Okay. So now I wonder what I'm supposed to do. I feel like I should leave my opponent with 2 planes. Yeah. Not gonna do that. So kill, develop Llanowar Elves, hope for the best. Opponent took a mulligan. Opponent took double Stone Rain here. I can't do any better. This is just cool, right? The land there is gonna be insane. You go to 11, play Nissa, start making 4/4s. Yeah, look, this is gonna be tough for the opponent. They did have blue mana, now they have all their mana. Okay, so we didn't color screw them out of this game. The One Ring is a good one. Packing my Walker, totally fine. I'll make another 4/4. So let's see. Should I wait with the Zenith? Zenith for Knight? Probably good, right? I'll try. Zenith Oh, Grist is actually also a good shout. Grist. Yeah, that card's not bad. Knight setting up Strip Mine, maybe. That's a tough call. Knight setting up Strip Mine. I'll go for the Grist. Close call. Play land. Pass. The opponent has shield from the One Ring. I'm trying to also hedge a little bit against like sweepers and stuff. And also I think Strip Mine is gonna be not that effective against active One Ring. I mean, I think the chance of running my opponent out of land drops, I think that has surpassed. I'm excited to see how my opponent can try and come back into this game. I feel like I really asked some good questions. Like, pretty fast flash. Oh, I didn't notice. I milled over the Strip Mine. I mean, then I have, like, Crucible and Excavator as good draws now. On top of whatever else. Third Path is a cool one. I might have to kill that card on sight. One has 2 artifacts. Jailer. Jailer taking care of the 4/4. Opponent pressuring the Nissa still. That's fine. Opponent draws an extra card. I have a lot of damage here. Maybe kill the icon, then play Garruk because of Force of Negation and Force of Will. Yeah, I like that. Attacking for 9. Opponent thumb blocks. This could be my opponent setting up Sweeper. That would be reasonable. Trying to think about what to do with this Garruk here. I'm not entirely sure I need the 3/3 to win this game. If I go to 4, I just have so much stuff. Yeah, let's see. Draw a card end of turn. Doesn't do much. Yeah, I'm not sure about making the 3/3 there because I think the way my opponent has a chance this game is like combo me out of nowhere or sweep the board. Parallax Wave. That's cool. Parallax Wave takes care of 5 things, and it's just insane against tokens. So what the opponent can do is take back the Monarch, wave my guys. I mean, eventually my opponent will have to finish the game off in like a broken fashion. At least I think. Some kind of like, I don't even know. Opponent also has to get rid of the ring at some point. Preordain it is. If the opponent wants to play Parallax Wave, they only have 1 mana aside from that, right? Rise 1 to the top, so that's probably bad news. Land. Here's red mana. Chain Lightning on the Grist. Good one. The opponent can, like, deplete my walkers slowly but surely. There's a chance, right? There's the Parallax Wave. So Parallax Wave is going to be good on the tokens. It's going to be less good on others, right? Opponent takes back the Monarchy. Have to live with that, right? Opponent draws an extra card. So I guess I just attack my opponent, then I can use Nissa to kill the Parallax Wave to get back Primus. Yeah, that's probably fine. Attack with all creatures. Beast is gone permanently. Phyrexian Horror is gone permanently. Another one. Primus is gone. Coming back with a vengeance. And Elf is gone. Okay. So basically, on my opponent's upkeep, those guys are going to come back. I think I might as well make tokens here. Tough game. The opponent goes to 1 here from 1 ring. So what am I supposed to do with the Primus? Maybe it's Academy. Academy's 3 mana land right now. So it could be Academy, could be Colonnade. I'll try killing Academy off, see what happens. The opponent draws a million cards. I'm super excited to see if I lose this game. The opponent needs to basically kill me before the 1 ring triggers again on upkeep, but or get rid of that card. It's gonna be impossible with 4 mana. But I guess cards like Black Lotus and stuff exists. Need some kind of absurd scenario here. I don't have that much life total. So there is a world where a card like Psy and some Time Walk stuff can do it. Ancestral Recall. I mean, if my opponent's deck is able to beat this scenario, I think it will, right? But maybe all my land destruction just makes it so that it's tough to get there. Like, my opponent could be bottlenecked on mana, right? Council's Judgment. Sure. Voting for the Primus. I'll do the same. Yeah, okay. Wow, that was an insane game. My draw game 1 was obscene with the recurring strip mine, and then this game I flashed a Primus, double killed my opponent's lands, played a ton of walkers out, but the opponent had a 1 ring and just grinded away. Okay, that was super close. I hope to have a bit more smooth sailing in the next. Don't go anywhere. Okay, welcome back to more Vintage Cube. This is round 2. I'm on the draw. This hand, I guess it's fine. I can go turn 1 Preordain, turn 2 Zenith or Birch or Noble or whatever, and then kind of see what's going on. I have some insane draws like Flash. If nothing, I can like develop Tracker and start grinding a little bit. This is fine. Manifold Key. When I see that card, I'm scared that there's Time Vault in the cube. I feel like I should have looked into that. There's the Flash. Oh boy. And I even drew the natural order for the turn. But I guess, no, okay. Okay, so I have turn 2 Flash, turn 3 I can go like double mana creature, so maybe the elf is okay. Sure, why not? I'm gonna protect a little bit against discard here by putting my actual best card on top of the deck. Let's say opponent goes Swamp, Inquisition. Then I just look like a genius, right? Huh. So the question is, do I want Upkeep or do I want Nasty Surprise? I think I like Nasty Surprise. Okay, my opponent keeps passing. I'm just gonna cast Flash here. Hopefully not get drained. Miscalculation is a good one. So basically, I kept the Llanowar Elves because, I mean, if this works, if Flash resolves, I'm just golden, right? But if it doesn't, then this situation can be kind of cool. I'm gonna go. Hmm. Is this a good argument for keeping the Zenith? No, I think it's just I want to use my mana efficiently here. Go for birds, maybe. That sounds good. So I have Woodfall Primus in my deck. I'm ready to natural order next turn. Oh boy. The Woodfall Primus, keeping my opponent down, is great. But Nissa is like the perfect. I'll check if you have second counter. So press the envelope or hedge a little bit. I mean, I don't fault anyone for casting Natural Order here. I hope you don't fault me for casting Nissa. The hedge is, if my opponent has a second counter, I would rather have this countered. But maybe that's even flawed. Okay. Not really sure what to what to make of that. Because if my opponent concedes to that card, they're probably not a broken deck. Because you can take like 4 hits from a Nissa token and still live, right? It looks like a deck that isn't well equipped to take back the monarchy based off 4 islands, miscalculation, and manifold key. But I mean, that's just a guessing game at the end of the day. The concession to the Nissa was strange. Yeah, I think this hand is a keep. This has the opponent. I'm making content over here. Okay, that's not exactly what we wanted. I guess I'll see you guys for the finals. Okay, here we are for round 3 of the Vintage Cube Draft. I'm currently 2-0, even though it feels like I'm 1-0, but I guess we take those. What does this hand even do? I can Vampiric Tutor. And set up Strip Mine eventually. Is that good? I don't even know. Hmm. I don't even know if this is a keep. I don't. If I draw something like a mana creature, I think this hand becomes insane. But right now, I'm just, if I play against aggro, I just don't do anything. There is the point that if I'm playing against aggro, I can like change my plan and maybe vamp for something great later. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is a problem because with my opponent leading on mana acceleration, the strip mine plan even becomes worse, right? Courser, fast bond. Maybe Maybe this is a good time to... No, maybe I wait. Do I wait? I think I wait. I think with my opponent playing out... Ooh. I guess I'm too excited, but... This is not terrible. Since my opponent took the damage off the Grove, I don't think they have more lands, but I mean, I could be wrong. Let's see. Upkeep, Tutor, Crucible, play first land, play Crucible, play Strip Mine. Okay, this actually works. I think my opponent is stuck on mana here. Or they could have something like Bounce Land, of course, but you definitely take that. 2 mana, Cobra. But do they don't have the land. This is sick. Okay. Empiric Tutor. Crucible or Excavator? Probably Crucible, right? Draw Crucible. Play the first land. Crucible. Strip Mine from the yard. Kill Grove. Opponent draws a brick. With Courser in play, even lands on top are good, but Mox is definitely acceptable. One green. Don't dismember me, bro. Fast Bond. Sure. Opponent can't attack. I develop a Walker. Play Strip Mine out of the yard. Wonder what I'm doing with this Garrick. Maybe this is a good spot to uptick. If I tick down... Tough to say. Let's see. Yeah, I'm cycling end of turn. This is a good time to, you know, since I know my opponent's drawing a Mox and not doing anything scary, this is a good turn to like cycle my land, uptick my Walker, insulate a little bit. Okay. Opponent has to dismember now. Okay. I would have thought they would have played it last turn. But I get screwed by this. I lose my Walker. Huh. Okay. Okay, I mean, that's not what I wanted. Cycle. Bad creature. Huh. Oof. The dismember really got me there because I thought I was safe because they didn't dismember the previous turn. They, for some reason, developed a fast bond. Opponent has a land on top here, gains a little bit of life. Cobra for the ramp. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can play the One Ring. Yeah, that was tough. I thought I had that game. Oh, Crucible. Crucible fast bond. Getting back 3 lands. That works. Tough times. I was so happy when I stuck my opponent for a few turns. This is cool. So this is kind of a pseudo mirror. I wonder how I should approach that. Probably bring the castle in yet again. I would just want to play that card turn 2, even the Grist. So the opponent can kind of pre-roll the... Well, not entirely, I guess. This is also some cool selection. They can kind of set up the top of their library, then when they see a good card, just stop. Right now, I'm trying to learn a little bit about my opponent's deck before calling it quits. Oof, the dismember was brutal. I guess if I keep the Garrick there, it's just like some false sense of security before this is happening. So let's see, 7 mana. Looks like Atraxa to me. It's not. It is the One Ring that we knew about. Opponent draws into Thoughtseize. Opponent has a Grist on top of a library. This definitely went from 0 to 60 real quick. Opponent was left there with just Ignoble as a mana source. And then I skip a few beats, and all of a sudden we're off to the races. Opponent is making a ton of mana here. Let's see what's at the end of the rainbow. You can take your guess here. What big haymaker are we losing to? I will guess Atraxa. Also, can my opponent draw their whole deck with Waterlock Grove? I believe so, right? Cobra, Fastbond Courser, Crucible. Yeah, I believe my opponent can draw their whole deck, which is just awesome, right? So here's the Vampiric Tutor. Here's the Play Strip Mine from the top. Okay, so now my opponent can just strip me out of the game. Yeah, that'll do it. Now my opponent doesn't have to show me anything. Okay, so I'll play that card over Dryad, and I want Grist over... I don't even know. What am I supposed to... Maybe it's fine. I've made that change before. I think the key to playing Magic in general, I'm gonna let you guys in on a small hack here. You want to play the formats where you actually enjoy losing, because that way Magic is just a delight, right? Let's see here. There's my alarm. Sorry about that. Just gonna make sure that doesn't happen again. So this hand is cool, right? We have turn 1 tap land, I guess. Turn 2 Zenith. Yeah, it's not like it's not unbeatable, but I think it's too good to pass up on. Yeah, sorry about that alarm. Um, turn 1 Breeding Pool. Turn 2 Zenith for birds. Turn 3 cast Knight. Develop Rot Farm. And then something Natural Order Primus. I mean, this hand has a decent plan. Let's see if I get to execute it. Rallier, most likely gonna be good later. Maybe it's Noble. I have all my other colors. Exalted is probably better than Flying. Let's see if that is actually the case. So what if I draw a normal land? Am I gonna order Crucible? And yeah, and then I just might kill the Crucible. It didn't, so I'll have to settle on Knight. Return the Blooming Marsh. Now the strip mine plan becomes kind of bad, right? Tracker. Fetch from the yard. Yeah, maybe it's just, maybe I just natural order. Natural order kill. Natural order kill the crucible, is that it? And kill my opponent's Bayou? Hmm. This is 4 mana. Then I have. Can I. Can I free roll the Rallier here? And is that smart? I don't think that's smart, to be honest. Maybe I just go natural order. Ooh, Titania. Didn't think about that. Maybe Titania is just what I want. If I go. Yeah, I wish I thought about that. I missed out on some Titania value here, I think. Let's go for Primus. Kill Crucible. That one. Strip mine. Pass. Then next turn I can go search up something with Knight. White mana. Play Rallier, strip mine again. While I have a 6/6 in play. That's probably decent. So let's say I thought a bit more about the Titania. Then I search for Fetchland, maybe? I don't know. But then I can do some insane things. Opponent's on 4 mana. Twist for 3. That's sick. I'm left in the dirt with that card. Huh. Okay, so the opponent dodges just losing straight up. Elvish Mystic. Do I attack for 11? Hmm. Do I attack for 11? That's the question. Do I attack for 11 or do I attack for search up with Knight? Very tough question. I'm going to try and attack for 11 and put my opponent on the spot here. Very complicated against Woodfall Primus. Being a big trambler. And most likely, my opponent will only have destroy removal and not exile removal. Yeah. Opponent goes back up to 4. Now has to make atrocious block on the Primus. Maybe that's even not even good enough. Crucible strip mine is a nice one. So maybe if I do that first, I kind of learn about potential removal. Okay. Yeah, so I want to kill that swamp, and then if my opponent has any kind of removal that's kind of surprising me, then I can make my attacks accordingly. But yeah, that was brutal. I'm trying to think if this Deep-Root Wayfinder is serviceable, or if it's just never going to connect and just sit there. I'm really not sure. I think I'm just going to submit these cards. Pour it on the draw against mana creature deck. Okay. Loaning my opponent's whatever could be good. Cloning my own knight or rallier, courser, tracker, excavator is kind of good. But is it worth 3 mana compared to, let's say, 2 mana Deep Root Finder? I also don't think that card is going to do anything. Maybe the Augur here is cool, kind of playing lands from the top of my deck. Natural ordering for a fight creature is not terrible, but I think the others are just better, and having 3 huge creatures is not really ideal. Hmm. Hmm. Tough call. I'll try the court, but there's also a chance my opponent just has the same amount of creatures as me, right? But now they're on the play, and maybe I draw the court and I can never play it, this and that, right? This is a strange hand, but it has, like, is this turn 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. No, it's not turn 3. I keep this. I'm not losing to, like, mana denial, and I have a good play in the, let's say, not so distant future. Fatal Push is a good one. Definitely. When it goes Wall of Roots. Oh, and Ignoble. So now I guess all we need to do is draw the court and cry about our deck. Playing out the Mana Vault here because theoretically I could draw something where I'm happy I developed it, but obviously by playing it out you can just, get it killed and you look like a jerk. Yeah, this draw is going to be very tough to beat. I think we need, like, a good card right now. Jurist is definitely a good card. The problem is my opponent is going to level the Hexdrinker all the way up next turn. Milling over Island. Then next turn I can cast Torsten. I mean, let's see here. Opponent levels Hexdrinker all the way up, kills Grist. Then I play the Torsten. All of my strip mine stuff is kind of out the window. I need to race the Hexdrinker. And it even has Exalted, so yeah, it's very problematic. Let's see if the opponent is okay. They plan on trying to kill me. I mean, could be reasonable. There's definitely one less turn I get. Ooze is a good one. I'm kind of surprised by that. Beardane. Huh. I mean, I do have some life gain in my deck. It's not going to be impossible, but very close to it, though. Let's go for the Torsten. I have Big Nissa in my deck, which has, like, an overrun effect, right? And if I can, let's say I sacrifice this Torsten to kill the Ooze, I get 7 1/1s. Yeah, I think that's my plan. I get the 7 1/1s. I kill Scavenging Ooze. And then... Okay, that's a cool play. And then I spend my next turn digging for Nissa. And I kind of hope to Can I attack here? I guess I should. No, wait. Yeah, no, it's too late. I think it's too late. Because my opponent's gonna put me to... I need some, like, courser action, I guess. But maybe that's not even good enough. Hmm. Yeah, this is not beatable. Because now I'm at 4. My plan was, if I had one more turn, to spend this turn kind of digging for a way to cast Big Nissa. And then kind of over on my way to the bank. Yeah, that is very... That is definitely very annoying. I mean, Courser was also part of the equation here. Like, hopefully gaining some life. The Exalted actually got me here. I think if my opponent does not have Exalted, I either get one more turn, or they spend a turn killing Grist. Both of which I'm happy with. So, yeah, this is just over, right? I don't really see what's possible here. Yeah, and there's some good stuff here. So what I could have done was, I'm just gonna, I mean, I've lost this game. We lost this tournament. So what I would have done was go Lanor Elves, Zenith for another one, and then I would try and draw exactly Nissa, have 7 mana. So I could overrun right away for 1, 2, 3, +3/+3, and trample for everything. But yeah, the opponent did it with Hexdrinker. That was just, yeah, too much pressure. Fatal Push on the birds was a sick one. Yeah, I mean, great. I had two great matches, right? First one was awesome. This one was awesome. Sometimes a card like Hexdrinker, that's all you have to do. Play Hexdrinker and some mana stuff, and then, yeah, then it's just over. All right, that was a great league. Great 2 matches, I guess. The middle one was not the best, but yeah, thanks so much for watching, and yeah, see you guys next time.